to another Fandom Friday, where a member of the Rogers Public Library staff tells you something that they are a fan of. Well, I did a video a couple of months ago about basketball books, so it only seemed fair that I do with baseball having its opening day yesterday, a series of baseball books. These books might be about baseball, or they might just use baseball as sort of a backdrop to their story, but in any case, hopefully you can find a few that are of interest to you, whether you're a big sports fan or not. Anyway, let's begin. First up, FlipFlop Fly Ball, an infographic baseball adventure by Craig Robinson. This is a fun book. Came out in 2012. It's just sort of a collection of baseball stats and fun facts presented visually in unique ways. As you can see here, we have Barry Bonds walks, all the miles he would have walked if they were all put in a single line, the shapes of the Major League Baseball fields, a map of every baseball diamond in Manhattan, as well as a lot of like stats visually presented for teams over the years. Here's a list of every perfect game in baseball, where it was, what time it was, all visually presented. There's a lot of stats about famous teams, comparing win percentages, who's at home, just a lot of fun stats and facts about baseball you wouldn't know. Like here's a map of Alex Rodriguez's salary as a very tall stack of pennies. How high up from the globe would it go? It's just altogether just a really enjoyable, fun little book. And if you have a chance to come to the library and find it, I encourage you to pick it out. Next, some of you may be aware of the documentary by Ken Burns, Baseball, and it's a DVD we have actually in the library. But this is the book version of it, inning by inning, going through the entire history of baseball and showing what it meant to America. There you see Howard Taft inventing the ceremony of the first pitch. It's really in-depth and really shows how important baseball is to American culture. It's very unique. And again, if you enjoyed the Ken Burns documentary, this is basically the book version of it. Here's a book that you may have remembered from the movies, Moneyball by Michael Lewis, who also wrote The Blind Side, which was also made into a movie. This concerns the Oakland Athletics and Billy Beane, the general manager who came in and tried a unique approach to building the Oakland Athletics baseball team. He didn't have the money that big companies like the Yankees or the Red Sox did, but by using analytics and unique stats that weren't really thought of by the traditionally minded baseball scouts, he was able to build a really good team on a budget. Again, if you enjoyed the movie or you want to go more in depth to the stats that were used to build the Oakland Athletics under Billy Beane, this is a good book to check out. Takaba is in a discussion for one of the greatest baseball players of all time. He wasn't a huge home run hitter, but he was a tremendous hitter. He didn't play for the New York Yankees, he played for the Detroit Tigers. He's almost as well known, perhaps more well known, for also being a vicious and sometimes even dirty player in the minds of many. However, there's been quite a bit of stories and myths created around Ty Cobb. And this book, Ty Cobb, A Terrible Beauty by Charles Learson, tries to dig into the real story behind one of baseball's greatest hitters of all time. You may have seen the movie The Natural, based on the book by Bernard Malamud, that starred Robert Redford. It's one of the most famous baseball movies of all time. It tells the story of a player going back well past what you would think of as prime to join a team called the Knights. It actually pulls a lot from Arthurian legend, Excalibur as a bat, the Knights as the Knights of the Old Republic. I will say this, the book is much different from the movie, so if you've only watched one, check out the other. While I'm here, I want to talk about two YA books just briefly. Becky Wallace, Stealing Home, about a romance taking place in a minor league baseball setting, and Golden Arm by Carl Duker, who's written several YA sports-themed books. This deals with a boy who has the option of possibly getting a better chance to be a pro baseball player by joining the school with the rich kids across town, but feels his family needs him back home. And that's this week's Fandom Friday. I hope you found some books that are interesting to you. Check us back next week. We'll have another new topic, and have a great weekend, everybody.